What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the PlayStation Showcase State of Play yet again, but that's actually exactly what we're here to talk about. Is it now more of a state of play than it is a showcase? And so, look, let's just jump right into the rumor here. Nate the Hate was actually talking about Doom. I already did a video on that, funny enough, but everybody's talking about the PlayStation thing, of course, right? So, of course, you're going to get a question on it. And he answers, and he says, Sony's May event is still on track, but I expect it to be a state of play early next week. Here's my thought process on this one, okay? There's two parts to talk about. Number one, is it okay if it's a state of play versus a showcase? I want to address that in this video. But the other part is, Nate the Hate is a pretty reliable guy. He might not be the most. I don't know if he's on Jason Schreier and Tom Henderson level. They're kind of like peak, like they're the best you can get. Then maybe the level behind it, maybe you have somebody like Nate the Hate. I generally, in fact, no, most times I trust him and he gets a lot of stuff right. While I believe him with the state of play thing, the thing that I wonder, and if this video is going up and you guys are watching it, then it means everything is on track. Where's the announcement, right? So if this is happening early next week, how is that even possible? And that's, I think even I tweeted that where it's like, I want to believe him. He's very reliable, but at the same time, and I, look, it's looking more and more like it's a state of play. It just is. Like, you're hearing more about it. To be fair to all the leakers, nobody was ever 100% sure it was a showcase. It was always talk about there's a Sony thing in May. And Jeff Grubb actually talks literally just like that, right? Like something Sony or a Sony thing or a PlayStation thing. Nobody ever said it was a showcase. So I do want to be fair kind of to all of them that they never knew if it was going to be one or the other. And as we're getting closer, even though it hasn't happened yet, as we're in this area, let's say, right, it seems like state of play is the word or the phrase that is being uttered the most, right? So while I believe that, you know, at this point, it very much could just be a state of play, which again, we'll talk about in just a second. I do struggle with, well, how could you do it early in the week? Like, don't you have to announce, do you have to announce it on the weekend? Memorial Day is Monday. Are you going to announce it on Memorial Day? I mean, maybe, but it doesn't really seem like, I don't think they've ever done that, so that would be new. If you announce it on Tuesday, well, the earliest you could have it, I guess, is maybe the day after or maybe 2 days after, so you're looking at Wednesday or Thursday. That's not early in the week. That's actually, like, the weeks are 7 days. They're pretty short. The actual weekdays are only 5 days, so if you're not coming out in the first two, you're not early in the week anymore, right? If the showcase or state of play is this upcoming Thursday, that's not early in the week. So that could just be an example of he gets it wrong. He gets it wrong. PlayStation delayed it, whatever excuse you want to say, or whatever thing you want to say, whatever it ends up being, you could say that. But I kind of do believe him generally. So let's now talk about, is it okay that they do a state of play versus a showcase? Honestly, I'm okay with it. I think it would eliminate the Ghost of Tsushima 2s of the world, those big new announcements, but I don't think it gets rid of the other stuff. So when we talk about a new Astro game, when you talk about Concord, which is a game that's supposed to come out this year, when you talk about Silent Hill 2's remake, The Date, I think those games all fit the criteria. And in the live stream, you know, we looked back, and I can even say it here, you look back at the September state of play of 2023, and you look back at the state of play in 2022, which I think was also September, there was some big stuff. It was maybe a little uneven, and it was shorter than a showcase, but it was pretty big stuff. You had RE4 last year, you had Spider-Man 2's gameplay, you had quite a bit. So I really think Silent Hill 2 just slots in. I think Concord just kind of, they showed Helldivers last year. Concord can kind of just slide into the Helldivers 2 spot. Like, they can do it. I think in terms of rationalizing it and asking ourselves, like, well, is this okay? I would understand, like, if people are not happy with it, right, if they want to showcase not a state of play, I get it. Because ultimately, again, what I think it does do is no Santa Monica game, no Naughty Dog game. Now, I don't think Naughty Dog is ready to show off anything anyway, right? Santa Monica might be, might not be. I think it rules out Blue Point. You're not going to get a Blue Point game. You're not going to get Ben's new game, whatever that game is, right? Ghost of Tsushima 2. These are the games that you would not get, I think, this is just my opinion, it's just my prediction, you would not get those sizable new announcements in a state of play, but you would get them in a showcase. That is, to me, that's the difference between a state of play and showcase. Like basically more of a leaning on of your exclusive stuff would happen in a showcase. Although in a showcase you could show stuff that you don't own as well. But that's what I honestly think is the biggest difference or breakdown, between the two of them. So from my perspective, it's not that big of a deal. Ghost 2 is still going to get made. It's still going to come out one day. It's just you won't see it right now. You might have to wait 6 months. You might have to wait a year. I get that's a while, but that, to me, that's the punishment, of it being one versus the other. If it's a state of play, I still think you get the Silent Hill 2s. I think you get Gravity Rush, a remaster, Ragnarok on PC, right? These are all rumors that we've kind of heard quite a bit about. Lost Soul aside, right? The Chinese game that's just been gone for years and years and years. That game should get a release date, and that game can fit in a state of play. These are games that would still work. But not being a showcase eliminates the mega blockbuster, kind of hits I think a lot of people really, really want. I get why that would be disappointing. But to me, if that's what we're getting, I guess your best hope would be, can we get 2 state of plays? Can we, like what they used to do, or they maybe not all the time, but they've done it before. They do a showcase in the spring, which I guess we're not getting, and then a state of play in like September. Could we get 2 state of plays this year? Maybe you root for that to happen instead, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.